Welcome to ERE 2024, Unified Robotics 1 here at Lawrence Tech. This is the lab for that class, and I'm Professor Jim Kearns, and I'm going to take a couple minutes here to talk about the things we're going to do this semester and 3 things I need to have all the students do before the first lab. Things go much smoother because we've got a lot of stuff to get through this semester. And if you're prepared on that first lab, we can hit the ground running, okay? But let's first talk about what we're going to do this semester. First thing I'm going to have you do is we're going to be programming this AVR Atmel ATmega 128-4P just sitting on a breadboard, and we're going to be making the individual LEDs blink. Now to do that, we need to be set up to program this. And that's one of the 3 things you need to do, is to download and install the Atmel Studio, because that's the software tool we're going to be using to program it. And you need to watch the video on that I'm going to create on accessing individual bits in individual registers, because you have to manipulate single bits to manipulate these pins and to make things happen. And there'll be a 3rd video with the some of the quirks of Atmel Studio, how to make things work smoothly. So be prepared for that. Those are the 3 things, but I'll repeat that at the end and I'll give you a link. Once we have that programming done, we'll be able to build this controller board. And if you use an Arduino, it's very similar in capability. It uses, again, the AVR chips like the Atmel does, or not Atmel, like the Arduino uses. Did I say? Okay. So we'll be building this, and this isn't just an exercise in soldering. It's not a kit. I'll be giving you the parts list. You'll have access to all the data sheets for all these components. We've got the ATmega 128-4P. We've got an H-bridge motor driver there. This is the chip that actually controls the DC motors. Power supply with a regulator, some filtering stuff, a liquid crystal display, and I'll be giving you software examples and a software library to drive those things, and we'll make some videos to cover those as well to help you out with that. So once we have those 2 things going, we'll be able to put a platform on the floor and drive it around. And this is an example of one of those platforms. You can see on the computer screen towards the left the window with the image as seen by the webcam, and that image has been converted into black and white. You can see the stripes on the floor showing up as black, and most of the rest of the floor is white. And what the software does is count the pixels count the dark pixels and figure out where they are on the screen. And if the pixels are off to the left, like right here, it's going to turn left to track that line. If the dark pixels are concentrated on the right, it'll turn right, and so forth. And here's another platform. And this you'll see that as it comes around the corner, that you have the board that the student built, and it's communicating to the laptop through serial communication. And the student has programmed the laptop, the board, and put it all together themselves into one complete package. So that's what we're going to do this semester. There might be another project in there that's not unusual, but I think we'll learn a lot. We'll have some fun. But let me repeat: there's 3 things I need you to do. Okay, one is to download the Atmel Studio, and I'll give you the link here. I'll hold the link. So here, I'll hold this up to make it easier. So click on the controller board, and that will take you to the appropriate place on the Atmel webpage so you can download Atmel Studio. It takes like forever to download, okay, and install. Don't know why, but it does. So have that done before lab, because otherwise it'll just be sitting there in the lab watching something download, and it's like really, really boring. It's even worse than these videos, okay? So just click right up here, right on that link. And the second thing is we will have the video on bit level operations, because you'll need to understand how to manipulate individual bits in specific registers to get the chip to function the way we need it to function. And that's something that's typically not covered during a lot of the Intro to C classes, and I find that most students don't have much experience with that. So I'll give you the video ahead of time, You can watch that, and then you'll be prepared to go, and you'll be understanding what we're doing in the lab. And the third thing is the video on setting up Atmel Studio. There's a couple quirks, particularly here in the lab where we tend to use different pieces of equipment. We'll connect different programmers from day to day, and there's some quirks, and we'll cover those, okay? And that's that. Thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at the beginning of the semester. I know we're going to have fun. I know we're going to learn a lot, and welcome.